the first thing I had in my life when I was starting is never to quit. So when I joined media, I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. Those callers really encouraged me, and from that time, I've been consistent, open-minded, so eager to learn, so eager to multiply up to today.
Salutations, comrades. Thank you for always making it a date on the ONFOCUS show. You're watching NBC Africa. My name is Emma Mnyangeri. My guest today is one who has stood the test of time. He's an event MC, he's a media personality, both radio and TV, a young man whose generosity overwhelms many. We've seen him help a number of vulnerable children. He's done a number of charities. He has played a big role in the gospel music industry. And plus, if you're looking for a place to go this Easter Monday, you want to take your family out, you want to take your friend, your gangos, well, you need to get closer, because what we're about to discuss right now is something you should not miss. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Richard Dero with me, also known as Dero Live, coming up after this. You're most welcome on the show.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Dero Live.
Yeah, man.
Good to have you.
It's good to have you, my brother.
Always looking elegant.
Thank you so much.
A true definition of luxury is an attitude, not a price.
Yes, we give the glory back to Jesus.
Amen.
Yes.
Who is Richard Dero?
Well, Richard Dero is a young, passionate Ugandan, a journalist by profession, and I work with Dream TV and Impact FM. For the last, I think, 6 to 7 years, I have been doing that job, and here I am, still doing the same job. I love Jesus, and I serve Christ. Yes.
Wonderful. How and when did you join media?
I joined media when I was a young boy, because I remember by that time I was at campus, first year, first semester. I remember those days I had a friend of mine, it was called Mnyangeri Emma. So,
That's me.
yeah, so we used to sit in this, we used to share almost everything. So when I got the idea of joining media, I shared with you, Emma. I remember those days.
Yes.
I told you how I was so passionate about joining media at that time. So I tried out different media outlets, but they never gave me an opportunity until when I approached Dr. Joseph Serwadda. I went straight to his office. I introduced him.
Which year was that?
I think that was 2016, 2017, either 2016 or 2017, okay, around there. So I went to his office. I introduced myself as a student doing mass communication at Central University.
In which year by then?
I think that was 2017, if I'm not mistaken. 16 to 17. Yes. No, that was first year. Yes. So I was like, sir, I want to work with you as a journalist. I am a student doing mass communication. And then it was like, come back on Monday, and then we shall see. So on Monday, I prepared myself. I went there. From that time, I work with Dream TV and Impact FM from that time to today. Yes, so it is 7 years now, around 7 years to 6 to 7 years now. Yeah, so actively involved in media. Yes.
And if you remember very well, what was your first program the moment you joined media?
Oh, I used to do a program. It was called Easy Money. You know, when I was joining media, I had a concept of what I wanted to do, because I realized each time when a proprietor of a company like media starts up a radio station, a TV station, they always think about music first. I was so passionate about music, but I knew music would not get me to where I wanted to go. So we sat and developed a concept. It was called, by that time we used to call it Now Sobola.
You said we, you and who?
I had the colleagues, and you are part of the people that I sat with. So when we developed the concept, I took it to Dr. Serwadda, and he endorsed the whatever. He endorsed the program, only that he changed the name from Now Sobola to Easy Money. So we used to go to streets to find people who are doing small businesses, and we talk to them how they started, how is the business going, and what are some of the benefits out of the business, what message do they have to the young generation. So that's where I started. So from that time, after that, I joined to be a studio attendant of Impact FM, something which I did for like 2 years. Then from that time, yeah, I became a fully on-air presenter, and I started doing shows on radio and TV. Yes.
What was your first show on radio?
My first show on radio, it was a night show. Impact FM used to have a program called Nsula Mungato. So my manager by that time was called Ferry Alwanga. So I shared with, after giving me the opportunity to be a studio attendant, then I went back. I was like, manager, can I start at least for some days to start talking on air at night? Then she was like, first give it some time. So when the time she had given me elapsed, so I went back. She was like, okay, you can start. So my first time, you know what happened on my first show? I had to lock all the doors. You know, Impact FM is on 3rd floor. So I had to lock the doors from the main entrance up to 3rd floor because I never wanted anyone to come out, because I thought what I was going to say on air was not going to be good. So I locked the whole place and then I went on air. But when I hosted that first day, people never called. Then the second day, people called. Wow, where has this voice been? You have a nice voice. So those callers really encouraged me, and from that time, I've been consistent. I have been open-minded, so eager to learn, so eager to multiply, up to today.
Tell me about that feeling you had speaking on the radio waves for the very first time. From the whole world is listening.
Oh my God! It was so scaring. I can tell you, if there are moments that have ever scared me in my life, that is one of the moments that have ever scared me, because I used to see big people. I was a very tiny boy, so I used to see big people speak on radio, and I used to hear big names, and I was like, even me, I'm also going to speak. So what am I going to tell the public? So by then, because I was so passionate about it, I had nothing to do, so I had to go and say whatever that was on my mind. So I went, I said those few words I had. It was so scaring. I thought my bosses were going to fire me, but God was good. They're so patient with me. One thing I love about Dr. Joseph Serada is a very patient man. He's like a parent. So the moment he gets out to say something, at least it has to be so big. So he gave me a platform. I went on air as an amateur, and God is good. Here I am, but it was so scaring. That is what I can say.
So the first days you worked night shift.
Yes, I used to work night shift for something like 2 years.
And currently you work day shift.
Yes, currently I work in the morning. I host the morning show of Impact FM, and lucky enough, I also host the evening show of the same radio station.
The morning show and the evening
show.
I
host the morning show, and I host the evening show, and they're all big shows.
Isn't it quite challenging? How do you juggle the
two? It is.
Morning shows are breakfast show. People need to hear current affairs. People are rushing to work. There's a lot of updates.
Yeah.
A lot of information. And then the evening show, the modes are different.
Yes.
So how do you juggle the two?
You have to have characters. You have to wear characters. Morning show. You see, when they assigned me to do a morning show, they assigned me to do it with he's now my mentor. It's called Omulangira Kalema. So we sat down and we were like, no, what are we going to do? Because someone is doing something, because I was doing the evening show. For that I was sure, because I was doing music, and I'm musical. So when they assigned me to do the morning show, I had to to get off the comfortable seat where I was and start looking for the current affairs. Start looking, because it's very hard. People want to get the information, what happened last time. Some people do not have TVs to watch the news. So you have to have the news. You have to know what happened in the parliament. You have to know what happened at Uganda Media Center. You have to know what happened in different ministries and all that, to come with a comprehensive show that is going to help out someone, because someone will be like, no, okay, we didn't get that information, but let's wait for tomorrow in the morning, we'll get the full stories as they happen. So you must have the capacity to have different characters. For instance, in the morning, I'm a serious person who gives out serious things, news, talks about big people and all that. Then in the evening, I became the opposite of the morning. I become the opposite, because morning you're serious, evening some people have gone to work and they have even failed to get money. So you have to make them happy and give them hope that, you know what, tomorrow you get the money. The humor, you have to be entertaining, you have to crack jokes, you have to play nice music, and you have to keep entertaining people. So that's the difference. But it's kind of hard, but you must, because that's the assignment you have.
How do you find the media industry, especially the Christian media industry? Because you're working for a Christian media industry, that is Impact FM and Dream TV. Yeah,
Christian media stations are kind of different from the secular media stations, because with Christianity there are certain things you're not supposed to talk about. You're not supposed to use obscene language. Everything you say must be covered. You have to give things that really do not go against the Christian values. Anything against the Christian values, the radio station will not employ you, and the people, if at all the radio station employs you, then the listeners will not give you ears. So you must put your you see, when we are studying media, they used to tell us that you need to wear the shoes of your audience. So you must know the kind of audience you serve. You serve people who love God, people who have been in the world and they got tired of hearing certain words. So it is not big like the other side, but again, if you master it, it's really good and it's nice. Yeah. So, but the difference, it is not as big as the other side, because someone can wake up one day and talk about, for instance, things to do with. You hear some stations where presenters are very use abusive language, but with Christian media, it is simply about God. In most cases, developmental things, basically that. But you can listen to a certain radio station and you see presenters uttering out certain words you cannot even mention anywhere. So that's the difference. But if you master, it's good.
And in your years of experience, what are some of the misconceptions you've had about your field, journalism? There are some people who say journalism is a tough call. There are different kinds of misconceptions. What are some of those you've had before?
Now, journalism, first of all, if you guys, especially people who are watching us, if to the young guys who are still in high school, primary, university, journalism is a calling. Journalism is passion. Journalism is patience. Journalism is determination. Journalism is braveness.
Exactly.
Why? Because journalism, as a journalist, a news editor can send you to go and correct news. And where you're going to correct news, you're going to find police. And the police does not want you to collect the news. One, they're going to cane you. Two, they are going to dismantle your gadgets. So if it is not passion, if it is not calling, the next day you'll have to quit journalism. But if you master all that, journalism is a good course. Why? For instance, me, why I chose to do journalism, because initially my parents wanted me to be a doctor. And when I finished senior 4, I actually performed well in those science subjects, but I chose not to go after sciences because I had already picked up something. When I was growing up, when I was still in senior 1, senior 2, around there, I used to watch a man by that time. He was called Douglas Rwanga. So Douglas inspired me so much. I love the way he used to do things, especially the fact that he never used to put on the same clothes. Like today he puts on different, the other day different. So I loved that because me, I'd never seen it. So then I was like, man, I need to do this. So my dad was like, I want you to be the doctor in our family. So me, I was like, okay, you want me to be a doctor, but I will not. Then when that failed, they told me at least do IT, information technology. So when I came to the university to do that, in fact, I lied. Instead of doing IT, I did mass communication.
Your passion?
Yes, my passion. Because I was so passionate about it, I wanted to do exactly what Douglas was doing. Because I loved it. I loved the way the guy could come on TV. Today he's putting on black. The other day he put on yellow. The other day he put on white. So I was like, man, this guy is really a rich man. So I never knew, maybe what I didn't know by that time, there are people who used to dress him up. So when I joined media, I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. I realized there is a lot of mistreatment of our people down there, and our people do not have those voices. So I chose to be different, and I chose to do a course where I will have a platform and speak for the voiceless. And that's why when you hear me on radio, I always call myself Omuntu wa wansi.
Common person.
Yes, a common person. I chose to do that because I want to relate with people.
Yes.
So many people are suffering. People are being chased from their land. People are being, young girls are being raped because of money. When you go down there, because I have an organization called Career Foundation.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yes, so when you one time you went there, young girls do not even have sanitary towels and sanitary pads. So those are the things that really pain me so much. And I was like, no man, I need to not just sit. I need to come out each day. I have a platform. Just like Impact FM gave me a platform, I will always use those platforms to give a chance to people who do not have platform to come to air their opinions. They could air them through me, or they could really come on radio, TV, and say something. That has been my thing up to today.
The name Richard Dero stands out so much. If we speak about gospel music industry, if we speak about gospel media stations, so many people give you credit. The few people I've interacted with, gospel artists,
Yes.
very many. And your evening drive show, Brudika,
Yes.
won the best evening drive show in the Royal Gospel Music Awards.
Yes.
What traits do you think you have that have made you an excellent and outstanding brand in media?
One, like I said, when I joined media, when I joined Impact FM, I realized there was a gap. And that gap was, you see, music is very, very wide. And when I joined Impact FM, I realized there was a gap of a certain audience, certain gospel artist that never had a platform. The so-called urban gospel artists. I don't know if you've heard about the so-called urban gospel artists.
Oh.
So those guys were like, you know what, Impact FM does not give us a platform. They give a platform to Twin Herbert and those old guys. And I was like, you know what, I need to start up a new friendship, a new connection, a new relationship with these young guys. So now I was like, you know what, guys, bring your music, I'll play. For as long as your music is about God, it's about Jesus, I'll play the music. So we started connecting with those guys. Guys never trusted, initially some of those big names never thought I could be something. So, but as time went by, that's why I was telling you about the patience, because you're going to face a lot of challenges on the way. But what will make you overcome those challenges is the patience. So the challenges I faced, one of the reasons as to why I overcame some of those challenges was the patience. So I made a connection with a generation of gospel artists that never had a chance. That's one. So I played their music, and we built up something. That's one. Secondly, at least for this I know, each time I come on radio, I have something new. So that's why you cannot say that today is going to say this, today I'm going to talk about this. No. The kind of show we do is unpredictable.
Yes. We're always bringing out something new.
Yes. Every day we come on air, there must be something new that we bring out. So that makes you unpredictable, because when you serve an audience, you see, we are living in an era where we serve an audience that is very informed. Because there is new media, there is social media, you're going to talk about something and someone has already researched about it long time ago. You talk about something happening in the United States of America, someone has a smartphone, they're going to search about it. So as a presenter, you must be ahead of your audience at all time. At all time, you must always bring out something new at all time. You must be ahead of your audience. You must bring out something that your audience has not had, at least.
Full packaging.
Full packaging, at least. And those are some of the things that really make up the evening show, standing even up to now.
You've mentioned Douglas Wanga, one of the person you look up to in the media industry. Who else do you look up to?
You see, I love everyone. Actually, I'll say this, but I want to credit every journalist who came before me and he did something. Many of them, yes, from the Barry Francis's, because my thing was not news, but I used to watch Barry Francis and I really loved what he was doing. The likes of Frank Warusimbi, the likes of when you go to this side, likes of Tough B, likes of Jacobo Mutuze. Those are all my guys. So I used to listen. I remember those days when I was still in Mitiana. I used to hide myself in a small, in one of those boys' quarters, and I used to listen to Jacobo Mutuze. And I was like, you know what? One day I want to be like this man, because the guys were so unique. They used to air out to say certain things that are really unique. So I love Jacobo Mutuze. There are many. So everyone who came before me and did something that really built up the industry.
Along the journey, what are some of the challenges you faced in media?
Media is full of challenges, I must say. Because full of challenges, like I said, but those challenges, the only way you can overcome them is patience. Challenges are part of life. The most important thing is, how do you overcome those challenges and how do you handle them? Some people, when they face challenges, they cry out, they quit. The first thing I had in my life when I was starting is never to quit. The other thing, I had big people surrounding me. Actually, even me, one of the things about me, I surround myself with important people that are going to always challenge me. People who have won something. So you're struggling about this, but me, I passed through that. So that means you can also do it. So those guys have been part of the journey, and challenges have been there, I must tell you this, Emma, but you think beyond the challenges.
Some of those challenges.
Some of the challenges, yes, some of those challenges, like I said initially, is when you're starting, people will not believe that you can. Because me, I started as a young boy. I was not looking good, but my boss trusted me with the microphone. So whenever they could tell me to host people, people were like, hey, who is this young man looking bad, smelling bad? So he's on a microphone, what is he going to tell me? Those challenges were there. Then the other challenges you'll find is media is not so much paying. Yeah, so but you have to find means of how you're going to get money, because it's an avenue where you can tackle different things. Even on air, some listeners will not like your voice, and someone will like, they criticize you. Someone, oh, your guy Yantama, I don't like what he does. And some people be like, man, that guy is good. That guy is nice. So in every challenge, there is a success story. So, and that has kept me going, because I know each challenge I face, there is a success ahead coming. So that has kept me going up to this time. Yeah.
And what are some of the achievements you say you've gained as a presenter in this gospel media industry?
Well, the challenges, the achievements are quite many. One, when I was coming from Itiana, let me be honest with you, no one knew about me. No one knew about me. But today, when you talk about Christian media, when you talk about Christian presenters, trust me, my name will be somewhere. There's a guy on Impact FM. He's called Richard Dero. Go talk to him. He'll help you out. I've gotten so many recommendations from different people. I have connected to big people. I have gone to people's big houses. I earn a living from media, by the way.
Interesting.
I earn a living. I am paid by Dr. Joseph Sirada, because I work under Impact Media Consortium. Impact Media Consortium, that's where there is Dream TV, there is Impact FM, and other stations. So I am a full employee of Impact FM and Dream TV. So that means I earn a living. I have connected with different people because of that. So many people have trusted me because of that. I have visited ministers, I have visited members of parliament, I have visited big people, big pastors. Recently I was talking I met I call her mom now. She's called Pastor Irene Manjeri. Yes. The other time I was with Bishop Herbert Buyondo. The other time I went to see Honorable Connie Galiwangu. She's an MP of Mbale City. And so many people. I meet people every day. I have connected with people. My life is changed. I am not the Richard who used to study at Central Lens University in old Richard from Mitiana, who had nothing, no one knew about him in 2017.
And I believe you also didn't see yourself becoming who you are.
Yeah, maybe I just believed God. Yeah. I just believed God. You know me, I believe God so much because I know there's nothing the God I serve that he can't change. He can't do anything. So I believe God. I knew one day it's just time. And maybe to the young people out there who may want to join media, to do music, one word I can give them is always to wait for their time. Because today you are hosting me. 2 years ago you're not hosting me. Because maybe you didn't have the platform. Maybe I was not fit to be hosted. But you have the platform. And
here we are.
We are talking. We are inspiring the people out there. So we always give the honor and glory back to Jesus for enabling us to get to this level.
There you have it. Let's talk about the big event coming up. Social media, mainstream media is all buzzing with Easter Gospel Music Extravaganza.
Yes.
What is this event about?
Well, Easter Gospel Music Extravaganza is an idea God gave us last year. You see, for quite some time, after doing all from whatever we have discussed, I have shared with you about my journey in media.
Yes.
So there are a couple of gospel artists who are my friends. So they used to tell me that, Dero, why don't you do something that can really, where gospel artists could come and support you for the work you have done. You have supported us, you play our music at no cost, but in some places where I go, people ask for money and to play the music. But for you, it's really a different case. Yeah, so then I was like, okay, let me think about it. So I think that was around 2021, 2022. One of my friends called Damascus Sesang is one of those artists who used to be on my neck. I was like, man, do something, we'll come and support. So then, because me, I am always spirit-led. Whatever I do, I always pray to God to guide me. So I presented the suggestion to him for some time, and then the idea came. The idea we had was the Jesus' experience. But one of my friends, Levikson, actually told me, no, go and think and get something which is not that. So when I went back, I got two names. One was Gospel Explosion and Gospel Extravaganza. So when I shared with a couple of people, they were like, no, let's go with the Gospel Extravaganza.
Why Extravaganza?
Gospel Extravaganza because whatever we do is extra.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary. That's where by the way, that word confuses people, extravaganza. But it is simply extraordinary.
Yes.
We do things in an extraordinary way. That's why we do not have the too much resources, but you can feel us if you love of gospel music. Actually, even if you're not a love of gospel music, you can feel that on Easter Monday, there is an event. Why? Because whatever we do it in an extraordinary way. We don't just organize events. We don't waste time.
Actually, I've not heard of events, especially Christian events during the period of Easter, Christmas.
Yeah, so initially,
first of its kind.
Yeah, it's the first of its kind. So
this is the second edition.
It's the second edition. Let me give you a simple history about Extravaganza.
Yes.
So when I got the idea, I shared it with Levikson. Levikson was like, I was planning to do something on Easter Monday. Now, before even that idea came on board, one day I went to see Levikson at home. It was Easter Monday. So I used to go at his place. So there's that one day that I went to see Levikson. It was Easter Monday. Then I asked him, yesterday I didn't look for you because I knew you were busy performing here and there. I was like, no, I didn't. On such days, me, I don't. I didn't have anywhere to go. I just stayed at home. And I was like, why? Where do our Christian people go on such days after having lunch?
Good question.
Where do they go? But that thing I kept it on my heart. So when the idea of extravaganza came, I shared it with Levikson. Levikson was like, I was planning to do something on Easter. But because you're going to do it, you're my brother, I will not do it. I will just support you.
Yes.
So that's where. But when we got the idea of extravaganza, because we are doing it on Easter, it was like, you have to add the word Easter.
Easter.
Because ours was initially extravaganza. So when he came on board, it was like you have to add the word extra. You have to add the word Easter. So that's where the word Easter Gospel Music Extravaganza came into play.
I happened to attend the first edition of Easter Gospel Music Extravaganza last year. I might say it was an amazing experience.
Yes.
I really had fun.
Yeah.
It happened on Easter Monday last year.
No. Last year it was on Easter.
Easter Sunday.
Yes,
Easter Sunday. And this time round, you've pushed it to Easter Monday.
Exactly.
Why the sudden change?
Why? Because Easter is a busy day. So busy. People go to church. After church, they go back home and have lunch. So some people, because they have eaten a lot, they want to stay with their families. Some want to go to beach and relax. So they do, and some churches do not release people at the same time. Some have evening services even on Easter. So we were like, no, we will not contradict with anything. Let our event stand on an independent day that does not have anything. No services, no outings, no nothing. The only thing you have in your head is Easter Monday, and Easter Monday people always spend their time with their families. And we chose to do an event that will cater for everyone.
Everyone is invited.
Whether your in-laws,
not Christians only.
Everyone, even non-Christians are invited.
Yes.
For as long as what you're going to hear is gospel music. Because don't expect anything that is not gospel.
Yes.
Whatever that is going to be on that stage is gospel. Every Ugandan gospel artist has to appear on that stage.
Wow.
So that's the beauty and the difference about that event. So we chose Easter Monday because people complained last time that you guys, some of us were not able to come because we had a tight schedule. We had to cook for our husbands. We had to be with our family. Some people were busy, do not get time. That is Easter break. So they want to spend some quality time with their family, cooking for them and all that. Then we were like, okay, after Easter Sunday, cook for them, be with them. Easter Monday, cook for them. After food, eating food. If you have a car, put them in your car, drive up to the plaza. Because it is a family day out. From young kids to teens to youth to the elders. It's just everyone is catered for, and everyone is invited, and everyone is welcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Where will it take place, and what is the fee attached to it?
Okay. Because last time we did our event at the Plaza Auditorium. The Plaza Auditorium is an auditorium on Ginger Road. I was sharing recently, I was talking with Dr. Innocent Nahabwe, the CEO of Galaxy FM.
Yeah.
And he shared with me the history behind that place. It was a cinema hall, something, then people changed it. He told me people used to hire it for events like these guys of Fun Factory. Then after the certain pastor who took over that event, renovated it, and he uses it for service.
I know him.
Yes, Pastor Kasanka uses it for service and other other functions, weddings, all those functions. So we went and we had an agreement with him to host the event. Why? Because it's a nice place. It is accessible. It is within town, and it's really a nice place. People come, even if it rains. So that's why we chose that place, for easy accessibility from people, because we have people are coming from as far as Ruweb. They're coming to Extravaganza. Like people are coming from Mitiana, where I come from. People are coming from Entebbe. People who are coming from Jinja. So they're all coming to attend. So which means we chose to be in the city center because we want everyone to come. When you reach Kampala, ask for Ginger Road, the plaza. Everyone, you get to that place. Yeah.
Tickets go for how much?
Tickets go for 20,000, 50,000. That
20,000 ordinary.
That's ordinary. 50 is the VIP. Then a table of 500,000 will go for will go for 5 people. That's a table. We have organized nice eats. We had an arrangement with Pizza Origin. Pizza Origin is our guy. So he was like, no, I'll give you pizzas and all that.
Okay.
So then a table of 10 people will go for 1 million. And yeah, we are just excited. We only have a few days to go, and we can't wait to have people on that day.
Few days to go.
Yes, few days to go.
What should we expect this time around that we didn't see in the
last time?
event?
Last event, we did something, and actually, because whenever I do, after that show, we had to benchmark and see what we did wrong and where we had the strength. We realized that last time we so much catered about the young generation, and we never considered the old. So this time we decided to do a session of those old songs, old school music. That's why we have Pastor Daudi Weyinda, Bambala Chali Chenyanja, my mother Betty Namaganda, Carol Budwick. There is this guy from UK. I'm forgetting his name, but he's one of those legends in the gospel music. He has been Daudi Rumu is also coming. If you're an other gospel artist, trust me, you will not regret why you came on that event.
Going back in the old days.
Yeah, so we will go back in the old days, listen to that cool music. Your kids are going to dance because we have these young gospel artists who are going to sing for them. Then we have this generation of the Vixens, Eribulam, Damascus, and all that. Trust me, it is fully packed evening you cannot fail to miss. And the most important thing, you're not going to hear any abusive word. That's one. Indecent dressing, not at all. So that's why our event is in line with the Christian values. That's why everyone, whether you're a Christian or not, whether you're born again or not, you have to come, because we strongly believe when we continue doing those shows, many people will give their life to Christ after seeing what happens. People can come and fill up those arenas because the dreams are big. We are doing the plaza, but our dream is to fill a full stadium, and that's where we are heading. And the most important thing, after doing our show, we give back to community. We give back to community because we realize.
You do lots of charities.
Yes,
And,
yes,
Carry Care Foundation.
yes. I have an organization called Carry Care Foundation. We do charities. So I didn't have the money to do charities, so I chose to use the platform God has given me, and use the people I have, the artists, to come and sing for me, and to come and help me sing for people. People come and play something, and then after they come, the money. For us, we go and bless a certain audience, like we did last time. We went and blessed Kampala School of the Physically Handicapped. You see how we went there. People were, we are blessed. And even this year, after collecting the money and meeting all the bills, trust me, we will go and do something to a certain community and bless them. That's our ministry. And the God we serve, will bless us even more than that.
Impressive.
Yes.
I'll give you an opportunity before we wrap up the show. Invite the people to the Extravaganza. Tell them where they will get the tickets to the Extravaganza, and you will also leave your last remarks and maybe a word of inspiration to viewers, those who want to be like you, those young journalists with big dreams.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me, guys. I appreciate you all. Emma is my brother. You come from a very long way. So thank you for the opportunity you've given me. I want to welcome each and everyone who's watching this interview on Easter Monday. Come for Easter Gospel Music Extravaganza, because we are doing the second edition. Like I've been explaining, Extravaganza is a different event. You don't expect anything that will go against the values. We don't use obscene, abusive words. Bring the kids, bring the old, bring your in-laws, bring the girlfriend. Those of you guys who are dating, and you are planning to get married. So bring yourselves out on that day, and trust me, you'll have an awesome time. Like I said, the tickets go for 20,000, 50,000, and a table of 5 people, it will go for 500,000, and 1 million, a table of 10 people. Come and be with us on that day. Tickets, will find them on Impact FM, Endeavor, and Dream TV Reception. They are there. When you go to town, go to Kamkam Plaza, basement, Erogi 7. Look for that place. There is our friend called Jibke Fashions. So he has those tickets also, so you can go there and get them. We cannot wait to have you, because I am believing God, your life is not going to be the same again if at all you happen to come. So about the event, we are waiting for you. You see, Emma, we have had a challenge about gospel music.
Yes.
People are saying gospel music is boring. Some people do not want to come for gospel event. You guys come and shame these guys. Come and shame the devil that gospel music is full of life. People enjoy, people live a good life, people vibe to gospel music, and yeah, life is good. So we are waiting on you guys on that day. Trust me, by exactly 3 p.m. the gates will be open, and a bunch of first artists will be on stage.
Wow.
So we can't wait for you. Then lastly, as we try to wind up the show, I want to encourage each and every one of you guys out there, whatever you do, wherever you are, keep dreaming. Never stop dreaming. Don't give up. Uganda, there's a lot of challenges here and there. People are looking for jobs and they cannot find them. But what I can say, whatever you do, don't give up. Keep pushing. One day, something is going to happen. Whether you're looking for a job, that job will come. Whether you want to get a visa, that visa will come. But don't stop, because the problem, the biggest challenge you will ever do is quitting. Quitting has not been anywhere in the equation of success. So don't quit. Keep pushing. Trust me, one day, one time, you'll make it. And thank you, Emma, for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I'm so humbled.
So it's an honor having you around.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll have you again.
I'm so humbled. I have a lot to share. I pray that one day, one time, we'll give you another opportunity to come and talk to people.
Amen.
Yes.
Thank you so much. The Plaza Auditorium is a place to be on 1st April. That is this Easter Monday. Come up in big numbers. Let's fill up the auditorium. Remember, he's giving back to the community. This is a great cause. You all should come through. In return, he's giving back. He's helping the vulnerables, as he has discussed. So we should all go and support him. And remember, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. And you cannot help everyone, but everyone can help someone. Let's meet that day. The whole MBC Africa team will be there. I'll be there. And thank you so much for being part of the show. My name is Emma Mnyangeri. You've been watching the On Focus. Let's meet on 1st April at the Plaza Auditorium for the Easter Gospel Music Extravaganza. Till we meet again, bye-bye.